Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And we have absolutely breaking news minutes ago. This came out at 15:01. It's 15:05. Took me that long to walk upstairs. Nichola Sturgeon has returned to Holyrood. First time since she was arrested. She's actually gone back to work. Presumably she'll have been paid for the week she's had off, but hey, you know, that's how it is. And then she was questioned while she was at Holyrood about various things. Now, we're going to go into this very, very quickly, but what it is, it's what she said is astounding, and I think it's very, very telling. When a politician is willing to say something, they'll say something. If you ask them a question and it makes them look great, makes them look good, or it's just plain obvious truth, they'll say yes. When it's uncomfortable, they don't answer. They won't lie. They'll try not to lie. They'll say other things. They'll spin it. They'll turn it. They'll twist it. Get ready for this. Here goes. So, Nichola Sturgeon refuses to say whether Peter Murrell is innocent or not in the SNP financial probe. Now, if she believed him innocent, if she knew he was innocent, she said yes straight away. She would have said that because she's so closely aligned. But she refused to say. That can mean only one thing. It can mean only one thing. And that is that she thinks he is guilty. And that, I think, is very damning indeed for him. But the trouble is, with her association with him being so close, I think she's also damning herself. Anyway, the former First Minister returned to Holyrood for the first time since she was arrested by cops who are probing the finances of the party she used to lead. And then it was the style of the language. She looks worried, doesn't she? There's a woman that looks really, really worried, isn't it? Anyway, Nichola Sturgeon continued to plead her innocence following her arrest amid a police probe into the SNP's finances, but refused to claim the same for her husband, Peter Murrell, and both have been questioned by cops in the last 2 months. Now, I think that this is incredibly telling. As we know, politicians, if there is nothing done, they will say they will speak the truth, but only when they know that it's so easily find outable. They'll try not to lie, and they will use all kinds of twisted, arcane language in order to give a response that isn't a lie, but isn't necessarily telling you what you want to hear. And boy, has she done that. So we'll go to this. So, in fact, it's probably taken her a week to work out the way that she's going to say it. That's why she's run away. Anyway, the former First Minister held an impromptu press conference with journalists as she returned to Holyrood over a week after she was grilled by detectives. And she continued to say she was not guilty, while also confirming she would not be resigning her membership. Had she been in charge of this with someone else, she would have insisted on that membership being suspended, if not exactly resigned, but at least suspended. She was asked whether her husband, the former SNP chief executive, was also innocent. Miss Sturgeon responded, and this is where you get the twisty language. Miss Sturgeon responded, "Before I say what I'm about to say, I'm saying it as a statement of fact, not a statement you should read anything into one way or another." So she's laying the ground rules down. She went on, "But in a situation like this, I can only speak for myself, and I am speaking for myself. There is also a difference between me and my husband. I am an elected politician. I am a public servant, and therefore there is an expectation, I think, a legitimate expectation on your part, that I make statements to the best of my ability, and answer questions. Obviously, Peter is not in that position. Now, what she's saying there is, if you ask me questions about me, I'll tell you the truth, and I'll tell you I'm completely innocent, because I'm expected to tell the truth. What she's also saying there is, if you ask Peter that question, you wouldn't necessarily believe any answer he gave, even if he claimed he was innocent. She has just thrown Peter Murrell under the bus, and presumably not a hydrogen bus, because they don't work. But she has literally just thrown him under the bus. She has made it quite clear that she thinks he is guilty, that he has committed some kind of crime. In her opinion, he has committed a crime. He is probably responsible for the 600,000. This is stunning. This is absolutely stunning. This is the first time anyone at the top of the cabal of the SNP has moved away from that code of silence, from that we say nothing, we hang together or we'll all hang separately. And she, I think, has maybe cut a deal. And I think that we're seeing the result of a deal that's been cut. This is possibly where she's been for the last week, working it out with solicitors, phone calls, no prosecution. Peter takes the rap. I think we've just seen one very, very good politician worm her way out. I mean, she's an awful woman. She's a terrible politics, but she's a brilliant politician. And, you know, they say it's the art of the possible. And I think she has, if she's done this, she's pulled a blinder. I mean, I don't like it, don't want it. I want her to go to prison. But you've got to admire the chutzpah if she has, because I think she's just made sure she is innocent. She is not charged. She's walking away of this, smelling of roses. And Peter is going down, and he's probably going to take a couple of others with him. I would love to see Osborne in there as well. But it's breaking news now. It's gonna run, and I'll bring more. But I think that's where we are. I think she has done that. Just reading into it, everything that's happened. Anyway, I'm gonna run up, finish this video, because it's just as soon as I saw it, I knew I just had to get this out to you. So here goes. So there we go. There's nothing else. It is just that. It's a movable feast, this story. There'll be more. This will change. This is an ever growing, ever happening story. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe now so you don't miss it. I'll keep an eye on this. We've got a couple of other things. There's a Lorna Slater update, which is very, very small. It's probably not worth a video in its own right, but she was just basically saying that she was denying it. I might just put a quick 2 minutes squirt out on that one. There's no other movement really on that story yet, but this one I think will move as quick as possible, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Do hit the subscribe button, as I say. You don't want to miss anything as the story breaks. And until next time, stay safe, stay well. We will keep fighting for the truth, and goodbye.